There's no covenants, so this is simple. Use the recusant finger or the bloody finger to invade. The difference is that the battle music is different depending on which one you use. You can use the nearby only or the near-far options to invade areas you've been to, with the nearby only option sometimes giving you invasions you wouldn't have gotten because the near-far option was moving up the list of areas you've been to and wouldn't circle around for a while. Your reward is rune arcs, and that's cool, I guess. Doesn't help you as an invader. Oh yeah, and if you give up and use the finger sever to leave a world, then it counts as a loss, and the host and phantoms receive heals and runes. The blue cipher ring lets you get summoned into a host's world to defend them. Most of the time you don't get to do anything, or the host is using you as fodder, while they sit in an unreachable location. You get no reward other than a rune arc, I think. You probably get runes too. There's also an arena, which has duels, team battles, free-for-alls, and toggleable spirit ashes for all of those. But you have to unlock all 3 arenas to use every option by going to them in the different locations they're in. There's no rewards for arena at all, but I don't know, it lets you have 6 players and spirit ashes, so that's pretty neat. Even if the arenas are pretty bland, flat circles. One of them has like pillars in it, I guess. Most likely, you'll start with your first 3 invasions being Taunter's Tongue solo hosts, or Arena Main Academy Gate Rejects, as some people call them. If not, then probably Gankers, most likely in Limgrave, but also found in Liurnia. After that, you'll mostly see hosts with gear their friends dropped for them, along with their friends who are overleveled password-summoned phantoms. But you'll just have to believe that they're overleveled, because there's no indicator like there was in every other game. On top of that, you'll probably see blue phantoms spawn in immediately after you do, and if not, then as you're catching up to the host or after you kill their phantoms. The host has the possibility of using a rune arc, usually for the 40 levels from Godric's rune, or the big health boost from Morgoth's, but nobody levels health enough for that to matter. Lots of the time, they'll rush you down with bleed weapons though, so who knows if they'll burst you first. Enjoy those 15 seconds of invulnerability when you first spawn in, because not too many people are aware that's a thing. Still. There's also a few true combos, but for the average moveset of a weapon, you only get 1 hit in before someone can roll away. But you can still roll catch if you use the moveset properly. You just gotta time it right, with usually a running attack. You can do it with a R1, it's just... They'll probably eventually roll out of your range if you just do an R1. It's kind of... I'm not sure how to feel about that. The running attacks can always roll catch. Oh well. Balances are still happening, so I won't mention poise too much, just that hyper armor on Ashes of War and large weapons is really useful to get people to back off. Ashes of War are also very prevalent in gameplay, often better than swinging your weapon normally. You'll also see lots of jump attacks because they have lower body invincibility. That means technically you can hit people out of them with vertical swings, but you probably won't. You also won't be able to rely on PvE to help you, so give up on that. Most of them can hit you too. The compass helps you find the host 99% of the time, but you could spawn outside of the area they're in and have to wait for them to move before you can try to use the finger teleport. Or you could spawn right on top of them, but like at a lower level, so it doesn't even show you where they are on the compass. Most of the time, you'll have a blue phantom or 2 show up as you try to get closer to the host. Like, you're walking over to them, blue phantoms show up, and now they're chasing after you. Most of the time, you'll invade right as the host goes into a boss room. Most of the time, the host hasn't leveled their health all that much, and has been getting carried by their friends. Most of the time, you'll invade a solo host at every level because of the Taunter's Tongue and how the invasion mechanics work. Anyway, it's a good idea to follow the same tactics as in Dark Souls 3 and look for moments to pressure someone who's gotten low to finish them off before more people show up. It's just more frustrating because you have to unlock a lot of locations and then invade into projectile and Ash of War spam in a small cave or a big world with everything working against you. Personally, I still have fun with it, because damage is high and everyone's health is low, except for mine. People are still predictable, and I only really have to worry when there's 3 of them rushing me. Okay, so this is actually at level 132, we're in Morn's Castle. There's no way up, so I have to wait for the host to come down. Of course, they decide to shoot at me. This is probably back when poise was still around, which is why I'm not going flying when I get shot. Looks like I have the regeneration physic and the defensive physic equipped. I was messing with sleep pots, that's fun. Practically killed that player because they fell asleep. Oh, they're dead now. Someone's using Dragon Breath. They fell because of it. I gotta watch out, the host has Catch Flame. Oh, Grail's Roar. If you're in Grail's Roar, you gotta time a roll really, like, close to when it hits you, so that you can actually avoid the damage, but still get the debuff. Because if you just avoid the whole thing, it's a lingering hitbox. It lasts longer than your iframes do. Ooh, nice bleed. The Phantom's making it so I can't kill the host. That's okay, though. Ah, that's not okay. Watch out for the giant fireball. Oh, it's just a bunch of fireballs. I forget what that Ash of War is called. Is it just Stormblade? It's really annoying. People can just spam it, and it has really good tracking and a large enough effect that you can't just walk out of the way. You fall down, you gotta climb back up. Yep. Ancient Dragon Bolt pots are just so strong. I think that's the regeneration. Also, we got a co-invader, that means they're using the Taunter's Tongue. Ooh, I interrupted that. Damn it, I shouldn't have done that running attack. It's important to watch out for your other reds, but it's... You should always play based around your opponent actually trying to hit you. Or your friends, you should be careful. Ooh, he interrupted it. I have to be careful. Ah, the red died, because they're crazy. I think they had gotten rid of the jump attack combo with, what are these called? Heavy thrusting swords. I think they got rid of it by now. And now we just chase after them. Being on a ladder is not a good idea. With all these enemies here. They have iframes until they start getting back up. Pokeball go! Yeah, I don't know, I find Elden Ring to be pretty fun most of the time. It can be sweaty and it can be difficult, but like it's... Things do a lot of damage, it's really fun. You know, it doesn't take forever to kill somebody. The game gives you a lot of consumable options. The faith ones aren't great. so make sure to use all of your perfumes and pots. The best thing is to always remember your escape option, and have a get off me attack, like an AoE with armor. Armored moves in general are really strong, and effective at stealing your opponent's turn if they guess wrong, without getting punished too hard because of the armor. Ladders and elevators are really dangerous. Small areas too. Personally, I keep bleed boluses and frenzy boluses in my quick slots, because of how dangerous the status effects are. Even switching to include sleep boluses if needed. There's just not a lot of weapons that inflict sleep yet. Stamina works, as it has been, where it goes into a negative value, you need to recover before you can do anything again. Running gets stopped entirely for a moment when you hit 0 stamina, as usual as well. The only real glitches left in Elden Ring are the frame-perfect moveset swaps that you're very unlikely to see on console. I've seen it literally one time. So just use your tools effectively, and remember when to run and regroup. Also, remember that some things get nerfed in PvP, like the Dragon Shield rings, the Elemental damage boosting rings, and pretty much all of the spell buffs that don't apply to a weapon.